So, hello and welcome to the first episode of the second series of my quest to, at this time, port my first ZX81 retro game to another platform, and that's going to be the VIC-20. So, one of the main competitors around 1982 on the budding home computer market. And I'm going to go again full immersion. So, I'm going to use the VIC-20 also for the planning. So, what you see here is one text editor, which is called Quick Brown Fox, and it's a bit of an obscure one if someone is used to modern text editors, because it's a line editor technically, but I think it was among the first ones available. So I want to go, if possible, with a program that actually was available in 1982, and at least the copyright is from 1982, whereas there are other word processors for the VIC-20 that are from 83 or even later. So I've already typed up the main differences that I have to take into account when I want to port the first episode of Captain on the Bridge from the ZX81 to the VIC-20. So this is the main menu of a Quick Brown Fox, and to view the text, I'm pressing V, and simply by typing space twice, I can now see the text. So what are the main differences? So there is a different character set. So the Petsky. So it's not a big deal. I just have to relearn where the characters are to draw a spaceship and the main screen, etc. So I'm probably also going to port the screen editor, and then I can draw the spaceship on the VIC-20, and then also probably build a function again that I know which keys to press when I want to recreate that ship in BASIC. Then we have a different screen size. So a similar number of rows, but the ZX81 has 32 columns and the VIC-20 only 22, so much less space. So here you can see the terrible character sets from a modern view, so very wide characters. So that's something I have to deal with. So probably have to break a few dialogue lines into two, because I don't have more vertical space and less horizontal space. But so again, no big deal, just I have to adjust things. Next thing, different memory sizes. So the ZX81 usually had the 16K expander, uh, whereas the VIC-20 came with 4K. And the question is, do I want to imitate? I had a sort of cartridge game, then I would have 16K of memory usually, or a tape game, and then see how much memory I would need to fit the program into. So what's more efficient? Um, Sinclair Basic or Commodore Basic, because I think I use almost the last byte for the ZX81, the 16K. And let's see whether I can make do with 16K for the VIC-20 version, or whether I have to go higher. So that's going to be interesting. Then there are a few differences in string handling. So a string in Commodore Basic is no array as in the ZX81, but there are functions like left, mid, and right. So I'm used to those. I learned originally in a GW Basic, so that was very similar because it was also based on Microsoft Basic. I simply have to adjust everything around string handling. There is also no print at, so a command that places the cursor. I have to have pokes that specify the location of the cursor in terms of row and column. So I have to rewrite that and then add extra commands. At least I have the colon so that I can add more than one command to one line. So that's going to be helpful. And another missing feature of Commodore Basic is if I save a program, the variables aren't saved. So if I want to port the screen editor, I then also have to implement a save and load routine that would save the image to tape and then load it, so that's it's not everything is not gone. Whereas on the ZX81, I simply could save the entire program, including the variables that would hold the image on the screen, the master array, so to speak, and then this would also be saved. So that's some extra efforts only affecting the screen editor, not the main program. A couple of things are new. So diskettes disk drives exist for the VIC-20, but I probably stick with tape just for extra immersion and extra difficulty, because disk drives, I think, back then were a bit more expensive even than the whole computer, because it needed a whole 6502 processor and more hardware, and the anti-mechanics of the handling the and a quarter-inch floppy disks, etc. So I'm not going to use disks. There is data as a command, which will be a bit of a godsend. So I can move all the dialog text to data blocks at the end, at least the dialog text for one main path, because I can't jump back. I can only jump forward. There is color. So I have to think, how can I tell each dialog line of text which color it will have? Because then every person can have its own color and will be easier to make out who's actually talking. What I can also think of as a sort of mini markup language for the dialogue line, so that I can implement the choices, and every choice gets its a destination line where the business logic is that will then happen after the choice, whether it's just skipping the next few lines or whether it's actually doing something, so setting a state or anything. So that's something I can do alongside when I'm moving most dialogue to data. And I'm going to have sound, so I can think of some sound effects. I'm not going to go the music route, so that would be beyond my skills and also my interest. But yeah, some sound effects here and there will be interesting to add, because the ZX81 has zero sound whatsoever. I think that's the main differences I have to take into account. And so that will then inform the port. So it will be a bit of a more powerful port, so with color and sound especially, and it will also then require some rewriting of especially stuff like string handling or positioning the cursor, finding replacements for plot, because a VIC-20 has no possibility to switch on and off just single pixels, at least not with basic means, and I don't want to redefine the character set or anything. So yeah, will be an interesting project going forward. So not just a simple port, but actually to retype things and to change things and to add a couple of things as well. So hope this was an interesting appetizer for the upcoming project. And as usual, I will post updates then for every new milestone. The first one will be then the new and expanded screen editor for the VIC-20, which with added save and load functionality. So with that said, uh, as usual, thank you for watching.